All right, all right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. It's been a while since I've been on the live, but I wanted to come on the live to do some updates and some announcements. So I am back in the hotel room in Beaver Creek, Ohio. I've been here since Friday, but I've been meeting some students locally in the Ohio region. Went up to Michigan, to Detroit, went down to Cincinnati, met up some students, took some pictures here. I think I posted some pictures on Facebook. So, hello everyone. How's everyone doing? Another live. Click the thumbs up. We have 13 people in here. Click the thumbs up for 12 people in here now when somebody went out. Click the thumbs up to like the video. We're going to do some announcements a little bit and some updates. So, the announcement is, or announcement slash updates are, um, twofold. Hello, Vanessa and Felicia Jean Baptiste. That's French. The announcement is the seminar trainings, and I'm going to change it on the website too. Starting in April of this year, um, our trainings on the dispatcher side, as well as the freight broker side, instead of uh, every week, it will be every second and fourth week of each month. Okay, so we still have on the dispatcher side uh, trainings 3 days a week, right? Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at 12 noon, and Sundays at 11 a.m. Okay, those trainings are still 3 days a week, but instead of 4 weeks in the month, we're going to do 2 weeks in the month, and they will be every second and fourth week of each month starting in April. So this Wednesday, I'll announce it again because this Wednesday is still within the month of um, March, right? So technically, we're still in that month. But the Saturday training, if someone signed up for the seminar training on Saturday, our next Saturday training won't start until um, April, because if it's going to be the second one, I'm looking at my calendar now. It's going to be the second one. It's going to be April, boom, boom, 16th, and then so the second and fourth week of in April will be the week of the 11th through the 17th, and then that's the second week, and then the fourth week is um, the 25th, right? So the 11th and the 25th, right? So um, share the link to the website. I will do that right now. Someone just asked from Kenya. We have someone in here from Kenya. Okay. So you get that website link. There you are. Right. So the announcement again is the trainings, the live trainings. So our dispatcher one-on-one training for beginners is in addition to our live trainings, which are 3 days out of the week. There is a self-paced learn as you go portal that you access, right? And you go at your own pace and you learn the modules and the load boards and the materials, the forms, the documents, the tools, and the resources, right? So um, you're welcome from Kenya. Um, so that still is going to exist. The only thing is we're changing the frequency of the trainings. Instead of 4 weeks out of each month, it will be 2 weeks out of each month. And the weeks will be every week, every month, it'll be the second week of that particular month and the fourth week of that particular month that there will be 3 days a week trainings. Okay, if you guys follow that, right? And this starts in April. Okay, so in another few days. Okay. Um, that's the first announcement. And I'm going to continue to announce this until April on lives and then Facebook groups and things of that nature. Um, in addition to that, the on the dispatching side, the 3 days a week, typically the seminar trainings are on Saturdays. We are going to coincide the seminar trainings from Saturdays to Wednesdays because the Wednesday trainings are for beginners, like the very brand new beginners, those who know very little, if anything. So we're going to bring the seminar people who register for the Saturday trainings, we're going to incorporate them into the Wednesday trainings along with the beginners. That way they both get the same thing at the same time. We're consolidating that, right? Wednesday at 6 p.m. So that day is for specifically beginner training, okay? And that's all I will focus on is beginner training. Now, if you come in as a member, but you are not a beginner, you're only going to hear beginner level content, right, for Wednesday. Then the Saturday trainings will go from seminar and beginner level trainings because now they're only on Wednesdays. The Saturdays will be more of the intermediate and a little bit advanced dispatcher trainings. And then the Sunday trainings will be Exodus University, right, with our cold calling strategies with Shantae, business setup and business startup with LaDonna and Treve, and myself with other guests coming in as well. So that's Exodus University, okay? So Wednesdays will be beginner level trainings for those members who just joined the portal, who know very little, if anything, along with those who've signed up for a one-day seminar training. That one day now is going to go from Saturday at 12 noon to Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're consolidating the beginners and the seminar trainees on that one day, Wednesdays at 6 p.m. And then we're going to turn Saturday into an advanced or intermediate to advanced type of training where we go over load board strategies, workflow, what to expect, answer advanced type of questions, and help you guys transition like that. And then Sundays, we will Exodus University, and whatever topic we will decide to cover on that specific day. And these will be held every second and fourth week of each month, starting in April. Okay, that's what I wanted to announce about that. So to help you guys understand that, to get that, I wanted to come on, do a YouTube live. Any questions? You can ask some questions now as well. I can answer some questions because I'm sitting in here. I will be heading back to Virginia tomorrow morning. Once I get off this live, I'll probably post on something on Facebook as well, and do another live on the freight broker side as well to announce the change in the frequency of the live trainings. And then I will get some rest so I can be prepared to drive back to Virginia for 10 hours. So I was in Detroit. I'm in Ohio. Been in Cincinnati, Northern Ohio, Michigan. If I'd have stayed a little longer, I would have been over to Chicago and Indianapolis. But my wife wants me to get back home, so which is understandable. So questions. Any questions about what I just mentioned to help you guys get an understanding of what I'm referring to? So our trainings on the dispatcher side, dispatcher one-on-one training for beginners, okay, there will still be 3 days a week, okay? We are just changing the frequency of it. So I'm just answering phones as well. What is the cost for this training? So the cost and the price platform is still the same. You must be someone who hasn't been to our site. I think it's your name, Cheryl. So let me post a link there. So there's your price point there. And we still have the special going for the month of March until the 31st for the ongoing trainings. If you sign up for ongoing training, there's a 15% savings. And we may extend that as well. We still have our rate confirmation challenge, refunding people for that as well. So there's a lot of savings and specials going on and promotions and things like that to kind of help give you guys motivation to get your carriers, to get them under a dispatcher agreement, to book loads for them and things like that. Will there be a April special? Yes, there will. Of course there will. Passover, Easter. I'm just determining with my Wix team what the amount will be and the marketing and promotion of that. So we will do that as well. And also, if you are a student or a non-student who is in the 757 Virginia, 757 area, the Hampton Roads area, I'm going to announce this now. I have a team coming out from Chicago and Indiana to film and to do promotions on video. They would like to put you guys into the content as well, local students who are in the same area that I live, to come out and provide content, comments about your experience through the Exodus Logistics Learning Centers, dispatcher one-on-one training for beginners, and or freight broker one-on-one training for beginners. So that is Monday through Wednesday next week, not today, but next week, Monday through Wednesday, April 4th through April 6th. Probably can sit down, chop it up in a conference room, have lunch, have dinner, things of that nature. So if you are in the 757 Hampton Roads, Virginia area, maybe even Richmond, if you have time to come down from April 4th to April 6th, we can come down and provide some content, add value to the platform, things of that nature. Quentin says, I will be VA the week of the 11th. Okay, I will be here. I'll be back home. So Abdul Qadir Muhammad, carriers complaining about the price rise of gas and no longer working in. When do you think this will come back to normal? That is a great question. It is hard for me to gauge that, but the war in the Ukraine with Russia, even prior to the war, that kind of affected the fuel prices, right? So even with fuel prices still give you as dispatchers and the carriers the right to negotiate with the brokers for higher paying freight to compensate the fuel prices, to kind of mitigate those costs, right? Fuel surcharges, more money in the load, so you can kind of mitigate that to get that freight delivered, okay? I have a passion for dispatch. I want to work from home here in Kenya. I have not taken any training out. Your first time of training. What do you offer to your graduates? I offer to the graduates the ability to find their own carriers and book their own loads. If you are in another country, I have other students in other countries. Unseen YouTuber from Kenya that are working carriers in the United States. Okay, so you have to set that up first. Get your carriers set up in the United States. Get your business established in the United States to do business in the United States. And you're from a foreign country. Okay, so that's an extra challenge that you have. All right. So we have 36 people in here. We have 37 people in here. And we have 16 likes, thumbs up. Click the thumbs up if you have not already. Provide value to the algorithm, to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. What is it that brokers ask dispatchers to the COI under their address? I'm not sure what you're asking, Osei Cerebor, but I believe what you're asking is when your carrier is booking a load and trying to get set up with a broker, sometimes brokers ask to be listed as a certificate holder on the certificate of insurance of the carrier. Is that what you are asking? Osei Cerebor. And so I need to hear a response to that if that's what you're asking, and I can proceed to answer that question specifically. Yes. So what you would do is, if you are dispatching for a carrier and a broker asks you when you are onboarding that carrier and getting them approved for that brokerage to list the brokerage as a certificate holder, then yes, you would contact the agent of the, hey, LaDonna, you would contact the agent of the insurance company on the carrier certificate of insurance. Oh, LaDonna, by the way, I still haven't received the chat from yesterday. I know you said you were working on it. But the dispatcher will contact the agent of the insurance company of the carrier, and then go through the process of asking the insurance agent to provide a certificate of insurance, listing the following brokerage as a certificate holder, and then it's a simple process after that. Okay. Do you provide services for helping with compliance or helping setting up paperwork necessary if already has established license in Texas? So we're not at the point of compliance yet, because that's hey Rodney, that's a carrier side. You're trying to do compliance as far as your carrier, your operating authority, Destiny. Do you offer a certificate after training? Not on this specific ongoing training, but we will have a condensed version of the ongoing training offered through the Teachable portal that does offer quizzes and certificates after that training. Okay, so once again, let me circle back around to the initial announcement and update. Felicia said, can you talk a little about your brokerage training course? I will do that on the broker live on the YouTube channel on the broker side. Okay. But I guess I can kind of relate to that. How long should one be a dispatcher before becoming a broker? That is entirely up to you. I recommend get at least 6 months to a year under your belt, dispatching for 6 months to a year under your belt before you even consider transferring over to a brokerage if you want to come that route. Okay. What is the minimum, in your opinion, the insurance required for a cargo van carrier? So your cargo van carrier, non-CDL, CDL, cargo is 100,000, liability is $1 million. It's the same. It's the same that applies for anyone with an operating authority, dry van, flatbed, reefer, or specialty equipment types. If you have 100,000 cargo, you're covered with your cargo van or sprinter. Okay, liability can be $1,750,000. Whatever you decide. So, do you provide services for helping? Yes, we do. Can one obtain their MC just to have it age? You can, if you can afford to maintain the expenses of needing to keeping it aged. Okay, I got people calling me. I'm back at the hotel, but I was out all day. So I want to work for someone as a dispatcher for experience first, but everything I look at says 1 year or more as needed experience. You will eventually reach out to someone who just started their dispatching company who may need a sub dispatcher to assist them getting carriers and things of that nature. So stay persistent with it and you should be fine. So when will you be going live on the broker side? Probably right after this live on the on this dispatching side. Are you a subscriber to the Freight Broker channel as well, Felicia? I apologize, guys. I'm multitasking. Yeah, so subscribe to the type in Freight Broker 101 training for beginners. It'll take you to the Freight Broker 101 training for beginners YouTube channel and subscribe. And you should be able to get in when I do the live. You should be able to, and click the notification, and you'll be able to get those notifications when I go live. Okay. Do I need to have a notary when I have an agreement with a carrier to sign for? The carrier is the one responsible for getting the document notarized, which is the limited power of attorney. That's May who asked that question. Well, can I use DocuSign to sign for them? No. The person who's given the authority for someone else to represent them on the limited power of attorney is the person responsible for having it notarized, and that's typically the carrier. Okay. I asked because I was able to activate my authority with cargo insurance. It helped avoid a huge down payment. Great. It may be different for a smaller equipment type like the cargo van. So something that may be a loophole, if you will. But with a cargo van, do you have trouble getting freight? Right. So we'll ask that question as well. Started a dispatch business with no prior experience in the trucking industry. Will your training give me the necessary tools to become effective in dispatching? I will let the students answer that question for you. Will Dispatcher 101 training give you the experience, if you have none, to dispatch, right, over time, and if you apply what you have learned in the course? And people are saying, sure will. Everyone X out and hit the thumbs up. Come back button to come back. Yeah, so hit the thumbs up button. Yep. So let me circle back to why I came on again to make that announcement, because it's like 20 minutes at this point. But so the frequency of our trainings, there's two things I want to announce. Starting in April, our live trainings. Now we have live trainings as well as ongoing self-paced training for our ongoing members, right? Where you log into the portal, you access the modules, you access all the resources and tools. You do that at your own pace. What's changing is the frequency of the live trainings, right? Instead of 4 weeks in every month, starting in April, it will be 2 weeks out of the month. And those weeks will be every second and fourth week. We do the live trainings. Okay. So notate your calendar. Every second and fourth week, we will have the 3 days a week in those second and fourth week slots. Okay. So, and then within that too, also in that announcement, in that update, the seminar, the trainings for the seminar, people who sign up for the seminar trainings that are usually held on Saturdays, we are going to coincide and move the seminar trainings from Saturdays and consolidate that with the Wednesday night training for the beginners, because seminar trainees are in the same boat as the beginner trainings. They know very little, if anything, about dispatching, right? So why not combine those two on the same day to kind of kill two birds with one stone, right? Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the topic will be dispatching from a basic standpoint. Okay, so even if you know dispatching and you tune into Wednesday's training, keep your questions, please, only on the basics, because those members who are attending that's what they need it for. And then Saturday, we will go to the intermediate and advanced trainings for dispatching. And then Sunday will be reserved for our Exodus University topics, whether it's cold calling, whether it's business startup, whether it's compliance, whatever strategies that we're doing. So Wednesdays is our basic trainings, and the people who signed up for the seminars, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturdays at 12 noon is intermediate and advanced dispatch training. Okay. And then Sundays is Exodus University with myself, maybe Shantae, Athena, LaDonna, Treve, whoever is decided to come in and give their content on that day. Okay. Let me go through the questions again. What are the most common commodity around? It depends on the equipment type. Destiny, general freight. Common, general. So that's a hint right there, right? General freight is the most general and common commodity around, whether it's a drive-in, flatbed, or reefer. Like on the flatbed, you may get some lumber, you may get some steel, rebar. On the reefers, you may get refrigerated goods like beverages, chickens, produce, things like that. On a drive-in, it's typically general freight commodities. So it's kind of hard to tell overall unless you see for each of those three major equipment types what move the most, or what moves prevalently. You can make that determination then, but until then, you cannot make that determination. I'm just giving you an assumption. Okay, so all right, we got 35 thumbs up. We got 35 members in here. So does everybody understand the update and the announcement of the live trainings? Everything else will stay the same. You can still log, if you are an ongoing member of this portal of the training, you can still log into the portal with your email and password and access it at any time at your own pace, whether or not it's during the week of our trainings or not. The only thing that's changing is that instead of 4 weeks of live trainings 3 days a week, there's going to be 2 weeks of live trainings 3 days a week. Okay. And those 2 weeks are the second and the fourth week of each month, starting in April. Okay. So look at your calendar and you'll be able to distinguish that. Right. And then within those trainings, those 3 days a week trainings, the seminar trainings, which I'm going to change on the website, is going to go from Saturdays at noon and integrate with the Wednesday at 6 p.m. trainings. Okay, I'm just moving the seminars to the basic level trainings at Wednesday at 6 p.m. And then I'm making Saturday at noon more intermediate and advanced trainings. And then Sunday will always be Exodus University. And this is just for the dispatching side. I will talk about freight broker momentarily. Okay. Right. So just 2 weeks live, 3 days a week trainings. Yeah. So it's still, no, it's not still 4 weeks. It's 2 weeks. So let's, for example, next month, April, the second and fourth week. The second week in April starts on April 11th. The fourth week in April starts on April 25th. Right. So in those weeks, we're going to do live trainings on Wednesday, the 13th at 6 p.m. Saturday the 16th at 12 noon, and Sunday the 17th at 11 a.m. And then the fourth week starts the week of the 25th. We're going to do trainings on Wednesday at the 27th at 6 p.m., Saturday the 30th at 12 noon. And then Sunday, there's only 30 days in April, so the Sunday will be the first. So we can just say, we can count that first as May, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay. All right. So just updating you guys, and I'll update it on the Facebook. So if you are a member of the ongoing training listening to this live now, or you're going to listen to the broadcast later once this live is completed, and you are subscribed to the Facebook Dispatcher 101 Training for Beginners, or Dispatcher 101 Members Only Facebook group, okay? Because I'm also going to announce it there of the changes so everybody can be updated. And I need to send out emails as well so I can keep everybody current, right? But I'm announcing it live so you guys can be in the know, so you won't be surprised if why is he not training this week? Well, he's announced every second and fourth week of the month. So do you have training for people who are interested in starting their own trucking company? Not at the moment, but we will. We are going to either later in the year or early next year. We're putting together some stuff. We're going to introduce, we have Dispatcher 101, we have Freight Broker 101, and coming soon will be Trucking 101, starting your own trucking company. So, and LaDonna hopefully will be a big part of that because she and her husband has the experience. I'm reaching out to Mr. Nelson, Mr. Irwin. So we have people who are overqualified to let people know how that's done and the right way, right? So from getting your authority to purchasing a truck, who to go with that, all the different obstacles involved in that, insurance compliance, BOC3, IRP, UCR, portion plates, everything. So should I get my LLC before training? It's recommended. You should get your LLC before or while you're being trained. Get your LLC. That way, once it becomes active, you are in the process of being trained anyway, so you should be good. Okay? So, all right. Any other final questions? I want to go ahead and get off here, get to the freight broker side, announce it there, and then carry my tail to bed so I can get some rest and get on that road for that 10-hour drive. Any final thoughts, questions? And hopefully you guys saw some pictures of the some of the students that came to the hotel to meet and greet. And I have to incorporate that as well. I have to either set up a centralized location where you guys can come to me in Virginia Beach to meet up, or me travel to different major cities to do that. And Trevay, LaDonna, and myself, we were talking about that months back, but it just didn't come to fruition yet, but we're working on it. So it's a thought. And no training, just setting up an event to meet everybody, to say, hey, this is us, welcome, and things like that. So yeah, on the world, Tribe Called Quest on the world tour, yeah. Just making sure everything's good. That would be awesome. Thanks for helping set that up, LaDonna. So yeah, Rodney, probably need to talk to you on the logo side. See what services you can offer for Exodus U. Hopefully you're not shy about speaking to people on the Zoom, because it's going to require you talking, right? And I will drive the conversation for you. You just provide your content and what you can do. Okay. Rodney does logos. He did people logos. So we want to see, and people are satisfied with his service. I am just joining today. Can you tell me the fee for your course? I will post the link right there for you, Marquetta. So a lot of people need to get up. Rodney, post your information right here in the chat in the on this YouTube live before I get off, so that because people are asking about your what you have to offer. Okay, and that's another thing too on the website under the Exodus University section. I need to open that up and start providing the members who are going to be participating and providing service. Participating in Exodus U doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be on a Zoom training providing content every time. You can just have your information on the page on the website under Exodus University, where somebody can reach out to you, access what your services you have to offer, and purchase those services at whatever price point you want them to be at. I do not want a dime for that. I am leveraging the site for you guys so we can inter-network with one another, right? And keep it in the family so we can help one another grow our companies, okay? That is my job as an instructor, right? So, everyone hitting the like button. Okay, we got 50 people in here and we got 42 likes. So that's good. That's a good ratio. So, any final thoughts before I jump on the broker side to address this issue, this update, and slight change to the scheduling in the live trainings? Okay. Any final thoughts? Any final questions? Yes, no, maybe, perhaps. All right. Make sure everybody's up to date. And I will probably do another live, more than likely after the Wednesday night training when I get back to Virginia, and go from there. Rodney, please post your information. Can you post your information, Rodney, right now? Website, phone number, before we get off this live. Nope. Donna, did you post Rodney's information? Because I don't see it. I'm scrolling back up and reading through here. Just want to make sure that people see his information. Okay, you're right. All right, so you have to go through Rodney. Just send me an email, guys. So I'll get Rodney's information to you. So send it to just send me an email to this email, exoduslogisticsllc at yahoo.com, and just say, hey, I want Rodney's logo information, to contact him about his logos and other services that he offers. And we'll go from there. Okay. All right, guys, I'm ready to hop on the broker side, do the same thing. Let the broker members know via the live, and it'll be on the YouTube channel, and more than likely on the Facebook as well. I may do a Facebook live also, or just post this video on Facebook. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Talk to you later.